Hello, everybody. Yeah. We'll see how many people we get along with this to do this. So, yeah, hopefully this is going to be a lot of fun. 18 matches at once is sensory overload, and I wish I had 18 screens in front of me, but I don't because I'm in my office. So, yeah, let's see. Let's wait and see if we can get some more people before I let people know how this is going to work. Um, But yeah, we are Barcelona and Liverpool are the only two teams that have already qualified. Pretty sure, yeah. Celtic is already through. Basically through 18 is already through to the knockout stage. Liverpool and Barcelona have already qualified for the round of 16, getting the first bye. So yeah, today's all really just about positioning and where we're going to be. So, yeah, matches kick off here in about 5 minutes. I have the Galasso show on in front of me because I'm in my office. Um, but yeah, we're just gonna live through the chaos together here. I'm not really sure from a betting aspect if I'm going to be giving out any bets on this stream because the yeah, Atalanta plus I have. I don't know. I'll be flat honest with everybody. There's a lot of what I like to call motivation lines out there, and obviously some teams I haven't looked at every single starting lineup yet, but there are some teams that are going to rest some players. But in terms of like motivation, uh, yeah, I'm. It's very hard to actually quantify motivation or even like handicap it. So I tend to kind of steer away from that as best I can. But yeah. All right, we got 9 people in here now. All right, we are 3 minutes away from everything going on. For those who have just joined, I have the Galasso show on in front of me. I also have notifications um, for every single match. So I'll probably get them just how streaming works nowadays is that just I'm probably gonna get the goal alerts before they actually happen. Um, as is if you were on the last couple live streams I did for the Premier League, um, it people in the chat basically get the goal alerts before they actually happen in terms of streaming. So it's just the world we live in, right? So I have all the notifications in front of me. I'm gonna try to do my best to be uh, giving you alerts as we go around every single match here of who scores and when. But yeah, 18 matches in one sitting is going to be sensory overload. I'm going to have the live table up next to me as well. 14. Um, I'm going to pull up the live table next. We're doing this so that we can have it going on. I have my iPad next to me, and I'm trying to think of what match I should put on there. I think I'm gonna put City and Bruges on there. Um, and I've mentioned this before. I mentioned this to a couple people, but no, I don't want the app. But if you're somebody who's like, hey, I don't want to be limited by 3 screens on Paramount, um, there's an add-on if you have YouTube TV. It's called VIX Premium. It's a Spanish package channel. They have all 18 Champions League matches available on YouTube TV. It's like $7 a month, or you can do like a free trial for today. I think you can probably do like a 7-day free trial. But if you have YouTube TV, you can also pay extra for unlimited screens on the same Wi-Fi network. So if you're interested in being like, I want to try to get all 18 screens on here, whether it be through like a laptop or iPad or whatever it is, that is a way you can work around Paramount's 3 screen limits. Of course, they want you to watch the Golasso show. Um, all right, let's pull up. I think I'm going to pull up City and Bruges next to me because I guess I do have Bruges +2 there. But yeah, I'm going to pull the table up next to me. We'll see how it goes. For those interested, I got some other work I got to do first. But once I get all this, basically all the writing done for the weekend, I'm going to dive deep into simulating out the rest of the Champions League tournament formats, which is going to take a lot of time, but it'll be a fun process. But yeah, I just need to get all this writing done first because right after this, we got Europa League and then we got Premier League for the weekend. So, all right. We are just about to kick off. We've kicked off in some places. Bayern's kicked off. Dortmund's kicked off. Arsenal just kicked off. All right. Let's do it. So yeah, as it currently stands, City is out. Really, realistically, only City and Zagreb can jump the teams with 10 points. Obviously, if those teams with 10 points lose. But both those, so City and Zagreb both need to win. Shakhtar would need, let's just say they would need a lot of help to get all the way up there. They would need to win, and they would need to make up essentially a -6 goal differential. All right, we are off. City long ball, and there it goes. All right. 18 matches at once. And also, while we're doing this, if you have any questions, really anything, as we're going along here, just put it in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Atalanta and Barcelona is obviously the headliner. All right, City coming out. They're pressing. Bruges is going to try to build through the wide. They're going to do a little 3-man passing triangle. City's late. They tried to press with 2v3 there, and now Bruges is going to start over. All right, back to the goalkeeper. City again. Late with their press. Bruges plays right through it. Oh, but they misplayed a pass. Gosh, City's so bad out of possession, guys. They can't press anymore. And of course, they have Arsenal this weekend, and I would like to see Arsenal try to play through them. All right. No early goals so far. No. Wouldn't it be hilarious? This is not going to happen. But wouldn't it be, we're going to Paris right away. The match that both teams just need a draw, and they're through. This is the problem with the Golasso show, is that every time they go to a match, I'm like, crap, who's going to score here? You know? Oh, man. All right, PSG is going to play a long ball up there. Stuttgart. All right, still no goals early on here. Ollie Watkins to Arsenal. I like it. It's a win now move, which is fine. I mean, Arsenal is in a win now mode. We're not rebuilding anymore. Our squad is pretty much set. Our squad is not old, but it's in its peak age. And if you're going to buy Ollie Watkins, I would say now is the time to do it. You wait any longer, I don't think you're going to get as much production. I was looking at his numbers this morning. They're still very, very good. All right, we're going to go to Zagreb and Milan. Interesting here because Zagreb has to – when I wrote this up, I was like, Zagreb has to press because they got to win. So how's that going to work against AC Milan? So they're going to go mid-block. They're not going to guard Leao, which seems like – that was Theo Hernandez. All right. But I do like Ollie Watkins to Arsenal. 60 million is maybe a little bit pricey for somebody who's 29 years old. But his numbers are still very, very good. And he is somebody that can make runs in behind, which is, I think, very important for, teams that want to play high lines or mid blocks against Arsenal. He's an aerial threat in the box, which is what Arsenal needs as well. So, I think it's a good move for both clubs. And I'm kind of surprised that Aston Villa just turned down 60 million right away for him. And they have, Duran, and it's like, we're at the point now with Aston Villa. It's like you got to choose between one of those two strikers. Like you can't keep both of them forever. So I like the move for Ollie Watkins. I think he'll fit well, and it's honestly what Arsenal needs. So all right, Inter's got a penalty already. Lautaro Martinez from the spot. Oh boy, we got goals coming in here, folks. And Lautaro Martinez puts it in. Villa just scored against Celtic, so it's 1-0 there. Atletico Madrid, Giuliano Simeone scores. And then Lille just scored against Feyenoord. Ooh, Aston Villa just scored again. Oh my gosh. There's a second goal from Aston Villa. Oh boy. Good decision by me to do both teams to score. Actually, not a good decision because I was thinking that's Morgan Rogers, 2 goals in 5 minutes. Holy moly. I'm just like I put notifications on from Live Score for all 18 matches. So I feel like my phone is just going to give me updates for like a full 2 straight hours. Saharui for Lille makes it 1-0. It's going to be, Jimmy, it's going to be pandemonium here. Okay, so where Golasso is just showing the first Aston Villa goal, and they have scored again. By the way, I had a future hit the other day, but now it's going to hit because there's no chance that Celtic is getting into the. I don't think there was a chance before it, but I had Celtic to finish 9 through 24, and then they clinched it with 1 match to go. Because I didn't think that they could. I guess technically they could have, but they had such a horrible negative goal differential, or they had a negative or only like a +1 goal differential, and all the teams above them would have to lose, which was highly unlikely. So, goal PSG, the match that didn't matter. This is crazy. This is insane. Oh, Atletico got him in. What is the situation? Okay. I wrote this up, man. Salzburg just looks like they just do not care. I know they're already eliminated, so it's like, yeah, I mean, whatever. You could say whatever it is, and they're owned by Red Bull, so it's like the money doesn't mean anything to them. But like that's just lazy trying to close down right there, and that's just lazy goalkeeping. But hey, there's a Atletico top 8 future at 2-1. It's looking all right. I also have for those who want to know the futures that I was sweating out that I had made a long time ago. Atletico top 8, 2-1. Atalanta top 8, +150. Leverkusen top 8, +125. Celtic is already on there, and then Young Boys to finish bottom of the league phase, 8-1, which is a big time sweat and probably drawing dead. And I'm honestly surprised that Bayern hasn't scored yet. All right. And Lille they're just showing the Lille goal. Barcola from PSG is the one who scored there. Bruges is holding on here 6 minutes in. So as of right now, the matches we have goals in, Aston Villa is up 2-0, Lille's up 1-0, Inter's up 1-0, and PSG is also up 1-0. Also, Atletico's up 1-0 on Salzburg. Aston Villa pressed high, it looks like, and great pass from Ollie Watkins, new Arsenal player. People forget about Ollie Watkins is that he grew up a huge Arsenal fan. So now that Arsenal comes calling when he's 29 years old, does he push for a move like that? I think he would. And Bayern, I said, surprised Bayern hasn't scored yet. Just on time, Bayern scores their first goal against Slovan Bratislava. They were almost. Did they get to -4.5? I can't remember if they got there or not. PSG, it looks like they're going to score off a set piece. Yep, we're here for the watch along. This is I'm trying to commentate this and be like my own very own Scott Hansen here. Oh, what a set piece by PSG. Oh my gosh. That was so good. It was like a bicycle cross to Barcola. Holy moly, that was good. All right. And again, if those who just joined, if you have any any questions you want to put in the chat, I'm more than happy to answer them as we're going along. I'm just going to update as we kind of go along here. There's just too much going on. I can't really even like wrap my mind around like a betting aspect of things. So I'll probably, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I'm going to get some live bets from him, that's probably not going to happen. If we're being honest, there's just way too much going on here. So I'm just kind of sitting back and enjoying, obviously my picks are out there so you can, sweat along with me if you want to. But and then obviously, so I have some futures that are hopefully going to hit here. I mean, I could go three. I could, and then I also have a Zagreb 4-1. Looking back, not a great bet. Zagreb 4-1 to finish reach the knockout stage, but they would need to beat AC Milan. Pretty much is where that is at. Which I mean, pre-match, what were they? 6-1? I can't remember what they were pre-match. All right, Bayern suffocation here. But I mean, here's the problem with Bratislava. They're just like, all right, we're just going to sit back, and they're just going to allow a free man just to go right into the middle of the box and score. All right, so I'm going to need, for that Young Boys to finish bottom, I'm going to need a goal from Red Star Belgrade. All right, City, cross, get out of there. All right, Thomas Mueller scores. Bayern goes up 1-0. Let me pull up the live table sit. All right, I'm gonna try as we're going along here. How about every like 10 minutes, I'll do the live table update, okay? So that we can get a feel for where we're at and everything. Yeah, Duran going to Sa. Yeah, he's. I saw Al Nassar wants Boniface and Johan Duran. Sorry, it's not Johan. People have yelled at me for that. It's Johan Duran. Yeah, I think Villa is probably like, hey, the Saudis are coming calling. They're going to give us like 150 million for him, and then Arsenal comes calling, and it's like, hey, well, we actually kind of need a striker. We can't just like we're in the middle of a champion, like we're in the middle of potentially qualifying for the top 8 of the Champions League. Like, can we just get through this season? I think that's what Bill is probably thinking. They're just like, can we just get through this season, and then we'll figure out this whole striker situation. They did sign Malin, so they could probably be like, if we want to cash in for like 200 million right now and completely rebuild the squad, you could certainly do something like that. That'd be like probably the smart way to go about things. But people forget, I mean, Aston Villa sold Diaby for 60 million to the Saudi Pro League as well, and I haven't heard from him in ever. All right, that's not a penalty if they're calling it that. No, it's not. Okay. Let's see. No goal updates so far. Last update I got was Bayern scoring. Okay. Let me exit out of all my notifications here. All right. All right, we're at about 10 minutes, so let's get a live table. It's right now it's good for Debundo. Good for Anthony. I know he was way on top of everything before me. All right. City, they just keep showing City, who, by the way, still needs to win, and Bruges only needs a draw here. And honestly, even if Bruges just loses, I think they'll be close to safe. Second goal for Atletico Madrid, and that will just about seal up a top 8. Let's go. Yeah, the PSV thing was wild. I honestly, when I first saw that, I was like, okay, like, Liverpool from a technicality standpoint, Barcelona, if they were to, the match doesn't really matter for them. So that was weird to say the least. I mean, technically, if Liverpool loses and Barcelona and wins, like, yes, Liverpool don't finish as number 1 seed, but like, what's going to be the difference between the 1 and 2 seed? We have no idea right now. So, Atletico scores a second. Oh, Inter breakaway. Oh, that might be a red card. That might be a red card. Yep, that's a red card for Monaco. Completely took down Thuram as the last man, and things have gone from bad to worse for Monaco. What's up, Antonio? How we doing? All All right, we're about 10 minutes in. Let's go to the table here real quick. Let's just do a live table update here. It's so the top 8 right now is Liverpool, Barcelona, Inter, Atletico, Arsenal, Aston Villa, AC Milan, Lille. And then the 9 through 24 would be Atalanta, Bayern, Leverkusen, Brest, Dortmund, Real Madrid, Juventus, PSG, Monaco, Feyenoord, PSV, Celtic, Club Brugge, Benfica, Sporting, and Stuttgart would be your final team in. Feyenoord has just scored to level things up with Lille, and that should drop Lille out of the top 8. So the draws, as I understand them, you have to go look this up, and it can get kind of confusing. But essentially, there's still technically like a draw. Let me pull up the exact wording for it, because I'm gonna be honest, like I don't understand why they didn't just make this like NCAA tournament and they had to complicate any things. So the teams that are in the 9 through 24, there's still technically like a draw that can happen. I think it's so if you're like the 1 seed, I think the 1 and 2 play, what is it, 15 or 16? I can't remember what it is. All right, wait, no, here it is, the pots. All righty. Sorry, I'm trying to look it up. I've read this like 3 times and I still don't understand it, of why we still have to do a draw. Okay, here it is. So 1 or 2 will play 17 or 18 or 15 or 16. 7 or 8 will play either 23, 24, or 9 or 10. 5 or 6 will play 21 or 22, and 11 or 12. Yeah, I'm just doing an ESPN one right now. Yeah, 9 and 10 draw against 23 and 24. 3 or 4 plays against, oh my gosh, I just got a bunch of notifications. Inter just scored. Benfica just scored. Oh boy, that's not good for an under. Also not good for Juve. So it's looking like, at least right now, that 11 points is going to be enough to get through. 10 is a little bit questionable. Back to the thing. Okay, six or 5 plays. Like I said, 21 or 22, and like I said, 7 or 8. Yeah. So essentially, there's like still a draw that can happen technically. But Dortmund just scored. There's a lot of goals here early on. I guess that's what you get with 18 matches. Which, does that put Dortmund into the... Come on, live table. Let's go. I need an update. I mean, it's looking like right now that 16 points is going to be good enough. 15. So Atalanta is sitting in 8th right now with 15 points. It's obviously 0-0 right now. Atalanta has a plus 14 goal differential, so they're gonna win that one. City just I guess technically scored, but they were offsides. So yeah, 2-0. Here comes to see how Dortmund scored their goal. Yeah, the problem here for Shakhtar is like technically they are still alive, but not really, because they don't have the goal difference, and now they're trying to build out of the back. And this is something that I said, oh, that's just a terrible pass. Okay, like it wasn't a horrible high turnover, a little ball over the top to a demi. Oh, you just got to close them down. That's all it really was. You just didn't get closed down. I don't agree. Why are they doing the draw to begin with? Why can't they just say, like, why can't we just say 21 plays 12 and 11 plays 22, and the 11 and 22 play 5 and the 21 and 12 play 6? What is the big deal? Why do they have to make this so complicated? It's so stupid. Who's going to be the Dortmund next coach, by the way? Is it going to be Ten Hag, or are we going to stick with a caretaker? They're just showing the Atletico PSG just scored again, and PSG is going to qualify for the round of 16. Or excuse me, the knockout stage, not the round of 16. Boom. Okay. You're right, Charlie. It's way too chaotic to figure this whole thing out like on the fly, right? We're 15 minutes into this. There's been like 20 goals already, and I don't have a clue who's going to play who. So I guess right now, oh, that's a sweat. So I have a Dortmund to finish 9 through 24 ticket at I think plus 125, and they're tied on points with Atalanta. So I need Atalanta to hold here, or I need Leverkusen to start winning. They're showing the Benfica goal here. Oh, against the run of play. You just missed the cross. That's all that happened with Juventus. I mean, you get Juventus out of that low block, you can cause some problems, but it's very difficult to get them out of it. And that's what they did there. So okay. So Dortmund just went into the top 8 because right? Lille falling out. That's a big time sweat. Yeah, I mean it's just Bayern needs goal difference over Dortmund, so they need to start racking up the goals here. That might be offsides by PSG. I would review that. They called it offsides. Hey, Club Bruges. I know like City sucks at pressing, but can you stop building out of the back? It's a little scary. I mean, that was dumb. Like they're just not good enough to do this. And if you're gonna do it, stop putting it centrally. Just clear the ball. I've mentioned this before, but I used to do this when I played FIFA. Milan's losing now. Well, there's my Zagreb. So Zagreb scored. Where was that notification at? There it is. Zagreb just scored. Bologna just scored against Sporting. That puts Sporting in trouble now of not making it. That's why Dortmund dropped. My bad. Watkins bid. I think it's a great bid for Arsenal. A couple of things that play with Arsenal here is just like they need a striker and they need to win now, right? I don't think Arsenal's really, given the squad construction and where they're at, we're not in a situation where, I mean, I love Sesko and everything, and Ishak is too expensive, but they need a proven product right now, and that's exactly what Watkins is. He's always put up great numbers. He's somebody who can play off the back line very well. He's somebody who can drop deep and build up. He's somebody who can play, a couple different positions, at least from that striker position. It allows Kai Havertz to be more of a box crasher, which is what he's much better at. So I think the bid's great. I think Arsenal should go for it. And the added aspect of that, Ollie Watkins grew up as an Arsenal fan, so I think he's probably going to push through there. All right. Yep. Bologna just scored. So I have a Zagreb 4-1 to finish in the top 24. So that's live too. Okay. So they're going to count this PSG goal, it looks like. All right. So that's all for goal notifications right now. All right. So we're about another 10 minutes in. Let's go through the table really quick here. We're going to do the table about every 10 minutes here. And then after that, and we're going to try to figure out who's going to play who. How did Zagreb score? Did they just counter? Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a counterattack here. Let's see first how Zagreb scored. Okay. AC Milan getting pushed back. They keep passing it back and forth, and then he just slipped. Goal. Oh, man. I love this. I know Villa can't sell both. Or do you do this if you're Villa? You say, okay, we could realistically probably get close to 200 million for Duran and Watkins in the same window. Did we just completely rebuild our squad? Did we just say, you know what? We're just going to completely rebuild our squad here. I mean, not that the squad needs rebuilding, but we can start spending 50 million on 50, 60, 70 million on strikers, So, and they're going to get 20 million from Emil Buendia, who just went to Leverkusen. I know it's a loan with an option to buy. Milan. we're in win now mode though, Antonio. Arsenal's in win now mode. I don't care about a 30-year-old striker. And also, it's not my money, so who cares? And Ishak is going to be too expensive, and it sounds like he's more likely to go to Liverpool than Arsenal anyway. And I'm guessing that Newcastle is going to demand like 120 million for him because he just has not stopped scoring. So I don't know. I think it's yeah, that's the thing, Ryan. Is like if you have like an idea of what you want to do with the money, then that was the Bologna goal off a set piece. If you have an idea of what you want to do with the money, then getting that money is not really that big of a deal. Like if you have a plan in place and you have good, if you have good people running your club, then that's a good thing. It's the clubs that are completely unprepared to receive that kind of money and then just be like, oh crap, what do we do now? If you remember Tottenham when they sold Gareth Bale for all that money, they didn't really know what to do. And I think all Tottenham fans will kind of be honest. The players they bought for Gareth Bale didn't really replace any or make Tottenham any much better. Matthias Tell is a very good striker. He is not a finished product, though. So if Chelsea is expecting him to just come right into the team and just be like amazing, that's not going to happen right now. He's definitely has loads and loads of potential. He can play a lot of different positions. He's very versatile. But he's also only 19 and he's not a finished product. So for a team like Arsenal, I keep saying like Ollie Watkins is probably a very good short-term solution. And I think 60 million is a fair price for him. What's his transfer market value right now? And I know Villa rejected it because they're pissed because the bid came in so late in the window and they're like, crap, if we lose him, then what are we going to do? You know what I mean? Like it's a lot easier to stomach a $60 million bid in the summer for Ollie Watkins. But now, it's like I think I read that Villa was like very off put by the fact that Arsenal did it so late in the window, and that they're right in the middle of a before a huge Champions League match. They're obviously need to make up some ground in the Premier League, and they're like, we want both of our strikers. Like if we're gonna finish top 8 in the Champions League, we'd prefer to actually have both of our strikers available. And as it stands right now, the way the Premier League is looking, they're kind of unlikely to get back into the Champions League. So if you're Aston Villa, do you say, okay, you know what, top 4 is just gone. Let's try to get to the Europa League or the Europa Conference League, and in the summer we'll either sell both or sell one, and then we'll kind of rebuild our squad based on whatever money we get. Dorgu is not a finished product as well. He's young. He's barely played left back. He's played left wing. He's played a lot of different positions, and he's very good with progressive carries and getting into the box and creating chances and everything like that. But he's not going to be the guy that's suddenly just going to walk into Manchester United and command that left wing back spot, not at least this season. Next season, maybe. But, United from a left wing back standpoint, I mean, Diogo Dalot is he's by nature, he's a right back, right? So, it's one of those things that like Luke Shaw and Malacia can't stay healthy. So it's like, all right, we need a left wing back. So I guess you just spend 40 million on it, or 30 plus 5. I haven't done any Europa League prep yet. I'll have an article out. I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to decide. Yep, Cody Gakpo just scored, and yep, that was a penalty. So PSV turns it over in their own end, and it looks like Liverpool's gonna win. I went back and I didn't listen, but I was remembering my thoughts. And if you go back, I don't know if Wonder Goal's still out there, or if the feed is still out there on Spotify or anything. But from our Champions League preview show, I'm pretty sure I said, I was like, I'm very interested in Liverpool at 17-1 to win the Champions League, but their schedule's incredibly hard. And I don't know if I really wanted to deal with it. And what do? They just go off and they win every single match. So, yeah. Uh-oh. Girona just scored. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Danjuma. Oh, no. That's not good. That would drop Arsenal into this that would drop Arsenal into 8th place, I believe. So, yeah, as it currently let's do the table really quick. So it's hang on, let me let this update first. Arsenal, they started with 18 points, right? Yeah. So that drops Arsenal into 5th. So right now it's Liverpool, Barcelona, Inter, Atletico, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Atalanta, Dortmund, Bayern, and so that's your top 8. Dortmund's at 8th right now. Bayern, AC Milan, Leverkusen, Feyenoord, Lille, Brest, Real Madrid, PSG, Benfica, Monaco, Juventus, Celtic, Club Bruges, PSV, Zagreb, and then Sporting is in 24th right now. What do we got here? What is this? Is this a Leverkusen penalty? Oh, nope, they're saying no penalty. No handball. Ooh. Are we saying that was a penalty for Bruges? No. Yeah, Bruges. Let's just start playing the ball long. Okay. Just start sending it long. You know what Bruges needs to do? They need to go full penalty kill. What I mean by that is when I used to play FIFA, I used to, whenever I'd get like a 1-0 lead with like 10 minutes left, I would switch it to park the bus. And anytime I got the ball, I would just boot it 70 yards down the pitch and just let them go get it and then try and come back. And anytime I win the ball, just boom, send it long again. Just penalty kill. How has Barcelona Atalanta not had any goals yet? It's crazy. Sporting, yeah, Sporting's in 24th. Stuttgart is a -3 goal differential. So Stuttgart needs to they're in deep trouble unless Zagreb, Real Madrid just scored. Unless Zagreb starts losing, Stuttgart's gone, which means, dang, this is crazy. This whole thing is crazy right now. Leverkusen goal. Boom. That's what we need. That was big. Yep. Florian Wirtz for Leverkusen. That's big. That puts them into the top 8. Did Real Madrid just sneak into the top 8 with their goal? I think they did, right? I think Real Madrid might have just snuck up there. Okay, so Real Madrid's at 15 points at the +6 goal differential. These 15-point people are it's crazy over here. 16 is going to get you through. So for teams like Aston Villa, Leverkusen, Arsenal's fine. They're through to the top. They're in the top 8. Atletico, Inter, Barcelona, obviously Liverpool are safe. This 15 range right here, I'm guessing there's probably going to be only one team with 15, maybe, to get through. So it's probably going to be Atalanta. And if that's the case, I'll hit 3 top 8s. I'll hit 2, 9 through 12. I'll hit, as I'm standing right now, I'll hit every single future, which means it's not how it's going to end. It's doing some heavy lifting right there. Bang, Leverkusen. Prague had already been eliminated, so I guess it doesn't really matter. There you go, Bruges. Start sending it along. Just starts. By the way, this is just a side note for people out there. Route 1 football is back. The more I've rewatched matches, the more I watch this wonderful game. Route 1 football is making its way back. And what I mean by that is because everybody is man-to-man pressing now, the easiest and most conservative way to beat a man-to-man press, just send the ball long and just try to win a 1v1 against the back line, right? I mean, even like some of the teams like lower, like, you look at obviously Southampton this season, that was a great goal from Rodrigo. Real Madrid. Real Madrid's going to need to make up some the goal difference here, which is probably not going to happen. So that's going to keep Real Madrid out of the top 8. What was their price not to finish in the top 8 before this whole thing started? That'd been probably a good one. Brest, whoever they play, they're gonna get hammered. So as of right now, let's see. 9 would play. So yeah, 9 would play 24, which means Dortmund would play Sporting. Bayern would play Zagreb again. Bayern would play Zagreb again after they beat them already 9-2. Real Madrid and PSV, that'd be interesting. AC Milan, Bruges, Feyenoord, Celtic. That'd be a rematch from last year. Lille, Juventus, Brest, PSG, Benfica, Monaco. Those would be your knockout stage matches, which, Brest and Monaco, obviously, two French teams. PSV just scored. And PSG just scored. Bakayoko from... Yeah, Atalanta's holding on to that 8th spot for dear life. And I don't think... I'm trying to see if there's a team that can overtake them. Doesn't look like there's a team that can really overtake them right now. Yeah. Because Dortmund's already winning, Bayern's already winning, Real Madrid's already winning. I guess AC Milan could overtake them. But they would need to overcome this 1-goal deficit. That was out. Goal Atalanta. So that makes it a little more interesting. So it looks like the top 8 is more than likely going to finish 16 points is going to be your cutoff here. Well, Lille and Feyenoord are both drawing right now. So I guess, yeah, you can get them up to 16 as well if one of those goes. No, Neto was a good goalie at the Cherries. But it looks like Arsenal's just not going to care about this one, which is fine. I mean, we got City this weekend. I'd rather focus on the Premier League right now, and we're already through. Like I said, it's not really going to matter, I don't think. Celtic. Hey, there's your both teams to score, everybody. Nice. Celtic just scored. Ida. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal with the lineup they went out there didn't really go out with the, it's just, they were playing Trossard as a false 9. That was a great goal by PSV there. Yep, Celtic hits one right injury away from the season imploding. I think we've already had enough injuries to implode our season. We're still there. I just want Arsenal to be in it when Saka gets healthy. You know what I mean? I don't want to get to a point where it's like, he comes back in March and it's like, oh, hey, thanks for being healthy. We're like 10 points behind and we're already knocked out of the Champions League. I don't want that. I want to have some hope. Ollie Watkins, if we can get him maybe before the deadline. The deadline is February 2nd, so that helps at least. Nope, Atalanta goal got disallowed because of offsides, so that makes things a little more interesting. Penalty to the Arsenal. Let's see how Celtic scores this goal. Gets the ball out wide. Oh, what a great. Just sucking the defense. Play it in. Bang. Goal. Celtic just scored again. 2-2. That's good because I was deciding between over 3 or both teams to score. And I went with both teams to score. So either one would have hit. All right. Arsenal got a penalty. Jorginho's taking penalties today, not Odegaard. Okay. I guess he took penalties at Chelsea. He's a very good penalty taker. Goal. Goal, Arsenal. Lille scored to go up 2-1. So that puts Lille into 7th. So that puts Lille into 7th place. Atalanta's still holding on at 15 points for 8, which looks like they're going to block Dortmund unless they start losing. AC Milan can still overtake both of them if they come back and win. So yeah, the top 8 right now is Liverpool, Barcelona, Inter, Atletico, Arsenal, Leverkusen, Lille, and Atalanta. We have a red card for AC Milan. Oh no. Oh boy. This Zagreb to make the knockout stage ticket might have some legs. Also, I haven't seen anything. What's going on here in Switzerland right now? Liverpool just scored. Okay. Atalanta goal got disallowed. Yeah. Let's see how Lille scores this goal. Yeah, they sucked him in centrally. Got the ball out to the fullback. Fullback gets free, 4 across into the half space, and the ball scored through. Goal. That's the Lille system right there for those who didn't read the Champions League notes. They put 8 guys in the central parts of the pitch. So, imagine the picture behind me is picture behind me is the center parts of the pitch, and this area here is the wide areas. They put 8 guys here. Oops, sorry. Nope, this way. They put 8 guys here, and the wing backs stay here. So you suck everybody in. Wing backs can go forward and get free, and that's what they did. They just played a nice little 1-2, cross in the box, bam, goal. City is Liverpool. Liverpool scored Harvey Elliott. It's been kind of dead. Oh, Bruges. Oh, it's close. Yep, Milan down to 10 men. That's not good for AC Milan. Good for Zagreb. So as it stands right now, though, but people don't realize this. For this knockout thing, Bayern's going to play Zagreb. Which I would love to know their over-under on goals after they beat them 9-2. Arsenal scored again. Well, there's your under's dead. All right. Under's dead in Arsenal. Sturm Graz has scored against RB Leipzig in one of the completely meaningless matches. Bruges has a counterattack here. Keep going. You have a numerical advantage, dude. Go. Oh, gosh. By the way, people, if anybody who's interested, go watch on my Twitter right now. I retweeted a tweet from Tactics account, and which basically showed Chelsea just completely being lazy at actually tracking back against City. It is shocking how bad it is, how bad it looks. Yeah, I mean, I probably shouldn't have played too many unders, but hopefully we can get to halftime with just 1 goal in Juventus and Benfica. All right, Musa's gone in Croatia, and I believe that was that a penalty too, or are they calling it outside the box? When Yeri scored the goal for Arsenal. Yeah, they're going to call that just outside the box. Dortmund scored, which means Shakhtar plus 1.5 is now Not looking good. Okay. Man, oh, that was a good goal by Nwaneri. I've watched him score that in the lower in the youth ranks for Arsenal so many times. All right. I mean, outside of that was a sick goal from Nwaneri. I was gonna look and see what the guess who just scored, guys. Club Bruges. City's gone. I think they're dead. I'm watching it right here. It hasn't happened yet. I'm gonna watch and see how it happens. Bruges is basically just sitting in a mid block right now, so I'm wondering how they actually did it. City's just like circulating the ball around. Here it is. Yep, they won the ball. A little counterattack here. City's got a numerical advantage, and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Nunes just got cooked. Oh, that post. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Bruges. Oh my goodness. Guys. I'm really enjoying this City downfall. This is amazing. PSV just scored to make it 2-2. Oh my gosh, Matheus Nunes just got cooked, you guys. Yeah, I think the Atletico one is safe. Man. Yeah, Atletico's safe. They'd have to lose essentially. 17 or 16 points would do it for them. Again, so we'll update the table when we get to when all the matches get to halftime here. Yep, Atletico just scored a third. That should seal everything up. PSV did they overturn that PSV goal? There's a lot going on right now, guys. There's a lot going on here. In terms of my actual bets, we're looking at like 3-2 here, which is fine. I don't really care. That's Shakhtar. Oh, Shakhtar. This is going to be an embarrassing goal. Oh no, this is going to be an embarrassing goal to concede. Yep, that was embarrassing. It does kind of feel like March Madness, doesn't it? Except this is like, this isn't really March Madness. This is like the conference tournament. You know what I mean, Antonio? This is like the, the Thursday or Friday of conference tournament week when there's like, it's just all day every day with like, it's like all day long with like 10 or 11 games going on at once. Like that feels more like that. March Madness in and of itself is just 4 games going on at once, right? Like it seems chaotic because, it's the tournament and it's fun, but in reality, there's just 4 games in each window, right? This is more like conference tournament week when you just have so many things going on at once. Barcelona and Atalanta are 0-0 at half. So our young boys in Red Star Belgrade, Sturm Graz and Leipzig, and went to halftime. City and Bruges are at halftime. Oh, Leipzig just conceded a horrible defense. That was horrific defense on a set piece right there. Looks like Arsenal is at half as well. Sporting and Bologna are at half. It's 1-0 there. Leverkusen and Prague, they go to halftime. Celtic and Aston Villa blew a 2-goal lead there. That was bad. Zagreb is a minute away from halftime. So we're about here at halftime, folks. So Yeah, I know. Well, I would say that, actually, you know what it is? Bruges is like not like the 14 seed about to take down a blue blood. Uh, it's like the Yukon or the Kansas or whatever. Let's just say they're having like a really bad season, you know? And it's like, hey, they need to win a couple games in their conference tournament to actually get into the bracket. You know what I mean? Like cities in this position where it's like, hey, we just kind of need to win one game and we're back in it. And they just get beat by, you know, like let's say it's like let's just say like for instance it's uh the ACC tournament, right? Let's just say that Duke is having a bad season and it's like, like they're 17 and 13 or whatever it is. And it's like, if they can just make a run, the committee will put them in. And then they just lose to Boston College on that like Tuesday at like 10 a.m. in Madison Square Garden. I think that's a better description of what's happening right now to City. What adjustments can City make at half? I mean, Bruges is just going to sit in a low block. So, I would just send crosses into Holland is what I would do. I would stop circulating the ball and trying to find a way through the middle. I would get the ball out wide into 1v1s with their wingers, and I would try to get the ball to Holland as much as possible. Obviously, he's getting doubled a lot of times here, but that's what I would do if I was sitting. Stop circulating the ball and just start sending in crosses. I know that's what coaches tell you not to do because that's what the defense wants. But the situation you're in, you're not really have like time to play through the middle here, right? You don't have time to be patient. So Barcelona, please sub some guys at half. I mean, Barcelona has Alaves this weekend. Like, why would they? I don't even, it doesn't really make much sense to me to do that. If you're Pep, who's your number one goalie between Ortega and Ederson? I would say Ederson because of his distribution. He's really good at playing long balls, like really, really good. And I would say that his what is being played on my? Oh, this is the Mexican League. Yep. PSV scored. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. Own goal from Connor Bradley. So Liverpool lose a point here. So if Barcelona, now here's where it gets interesting. Barcelona wins. Hang on. Let me pull up that Champions League bracket rules here. Pull up on Wikipedia. Knockout phase. That's what I want. Okay. So if this is where it's so stupid. Gosh. So I mean, it's like, oh my gosh, like Barcelona and Liverpool, like I guess you could make the case like so it would be 15, 16. So 1 and 2 are either going to play 17, 18, and 15 and 16, right? So 15 and 16 right now is Bruges and PSG, and 17 and 18 is Feyenoord. So I guess you could make a case that like the 1 seed of Liverpool as it stands right now, obviously things are going to change in the second half. You'd want to maybe avoid PSG, right? But that's not. It's also not certain that you're playing them, right? All right. So every match is at halftime right now. The first match will probably be back here in about 6 or 7 minutes. Any questions in the chat for everybody? Let's go through the table right now. As it stands, I'll just go 1 through 24. So it's Liverpool, Barcelona, Arsenal, Inter, Atletico, Leverkusen, Lille, Atalanta. Atalanta is at 15 points with a plus 14 goal difference. So that's your top 8. And then 9 through 24 is Dortmund, Bayern, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Aston Villa, PSV, Club Brugge, PSG, Benfica, Feyenoord, Monaco, Celtic, Brest, Juventus, Zagreb, and Sporting. Sporting has 10 points. Stuttgart has 10 points as well, but they have a -4 goal differential while Sporting is at 0. So as it stands, Manchester City is not going through to the knockout stage. They only have 8 points. They need to come from behind and win this match, and then they will most likely be through. 11 points would more than likely do it right now. It would do it. Sorry. This is crazy. So I haven't even had like time to think about betting, so I'm probably not going to do anything right now. But as it stands right now, if it's pretty crazy. Scores around. Let's do scores. Villa and Celtics 2-2. Barcelona Atalanta is 0-0. Leverkusen and Prague are 1-0. Bayern is only up 1-0 on Slovan Bratislava. Let's see. I haven't watched I watched the one goal. How many? Bayern has only created 1.4 expected goals. That's kind of low. And Bratislava's created 0.8, and they've gotten 4 shots off. What's going on in Munich right now? Do I think PSG is a serious contender to win it all? No. And the reason for that is because every single time they play a really elite team that can press them, they get killed. Every time. They got killed by Bayern. They lost to Arsenal because of physicality, right? They play into these top teams, they have no shot. Not saying they have no shot because they have individual players, but there's no way that I can really see them as being like a serious threat to win this competition. Plus, they got to play in the extra round too. Arsenal. Well, if we get Ollie Watkins, we're winning it. Antonio. Yeah, I wasn't watching the Bratislava Bayern match, but somebody's saying Bratislava should have scored. Oh boy. Realistically, I mean, it depends on the path, right? So if Arsenal were to finish in third, they would get 20. They would more than likely get the team that finishes 19th or 20th or 13th or 14th, which right now would be Villa, PSV, Monaco, and Celtic. I would want to avoid Monaco in theirs. So Arsenal can get through there. And then the next round, I feel like I'm like Bill Simmons or something right now, just like going through potential paths. You know what I mean? Then the best possible seed you see from there would be 11-12, which Real Madrid, AC Milan. And then 5 or 6, which is Atletico and Leverkusen. Arsenal can win there. Arsenal can get through that. Then we get to the semifinals and we play Liverpool or Barcelona or PSG. I think we could win those. And then it's just whoever we face in the final, which, all these other teams I'm not scared of. Villa versus Arsenal would be scenes. Again, people forget that Ollie Watkins is an Arsenal fan. And if you don't believe me, there's a picture on the internet of when I think it was last year, when or 2 years ago, I can't remember. There was basically when an Arsenal loss, I think, clinched Aston Villa in the top 4. And he was stone faced because he's an Arsenal fan and he wasn't celebrating. So yeah, we have who's a bad matchup for Arsenal. I'd say Inter, Atletico are pretty bad matchups for them. Yeah, Saka will be back. I'd say right now, the worst matchups would be Inter or Atletico would be the ones I would want to avoid. All right. Can you guys hear me now? Can we hear me now? I think we can hear me now, right? All right, we're good. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Um, yeah, but I was saying, yeah, Inter and Atletico are really the only teams that scare me if I'm Arsenal, honestly. People don't realize how good Arsenal is, man. They just really don't. Um, but really, it's just the team that can sit back and play effective low blocks, and Inter and Atletico would be the two best teams in the world at doing that. So, no, not Real Madrid. Real Madrid's scary just because if you can't defend in transition, you're screwed against them. But Arsenal can. So Real Madrid doesn't scare me. They're not that scary. There's a lot of I mean, Real Madrid defensively, just go watch both their matches against Barcelona and you can see where some issues are and where elite teams can really punish them. Even when like Real Madrid's like even through this like Champions League, all right? Like truly go through Real Madrid's results in the Champions League and like find me a like result where you were like, man, Real Madrid were so dominant there. And like I've been looking through them. They got absolutely waxed by Liverpool. They somehow beat Atalanta by despite getting destroyed. They fell behind against Dortmund, who Dortmund sucks. Even Stuttgart punished them. Stuttgart was better than them for the first 45 minutes to open up here in the Champions League. And then they've played a bunch of nobodies. They get killed by Barcelona. They score a ton of goals against, Salzburg, Las Palmas, Celta Vigo, basically all these teams that don't really matter. And they just haven't put up a good result against a really good team. They've gotten waxed by Barcelona twice. They drew Atletico earlier this season. It's just there's just really no how are they scary? They're just not like they're not. They're the most. I'll say it till I'll agree with anybody to say like they are the most talented team in the world. But to say that they're like scary, they're not. You know what they are? This is gonna sound kind of funny. They're PSG from 2 years ago with Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi. They have three guys who are passengers out of possession, and it creates issues for them. And what has been happening with Real Madrid early on in the season is because those guys don't do any defensive work, Bellingham has had to play more deep. And so Bellingham's offensive numbers went way down because he's got to defend more to cover for those guys. Well, finally, Ancelotti just said, you know what? We got to get Bellingham going forward. And we're just going to like take the risk of, us getting exposed with one of our best ball stoppers. And, they've scored a lot of goals. So I think it's maybe why you can see Real Madrid scoring a lot more goals. But defensively, I mean, they still have, a lot of injuries across their back line. They're still without Alaba, Carvajal, and Militao. So they've been having to play, Tchouameni and Rudiger as their back line. One of those guys, if Rudiger gets injured, they're done. And he has to play like every single match for them. So I'm not scared of Real Madrid at all. And I don't think any team really in this competition, unless you're just horrible at defending in transition, really even should be scared of them. So that's how I feel about Real Madrid. Is Alba back? I haven't seen him. Okay. Alba's back. There you go. So maybe, but all right. We're back here in the second half for City and Bruges. I read that, I read a story about that the other day, about how he got to the Chicago Fire. I can't remember the guy's name, but the director of the Chicago Fire was down in Colombia trying to scout a different player to bring to the Chicago Fire Academy. And he saw Duran play in the match, and he was like, we need to sign this guy right now. And so they immediately called the team, and they got him for one. Oh my goodness gracious. John Stones just missed a point blank header. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, it was just one of those things where they were down to watch a different player, and they saw him, and he was just like, "Oh my gosh, we need him right now." So they got him for 1.5 million. Kind of found a little diamond in the rough there, and ended up getting what was it, 20 million? I want to say, or 10 million. I can't remember how much Duran cost to Aston Villa, but yeah, that's how we ended up the Chicago Fire. You know, Yeah, Arsenal. I mean, they. I'm gonna look up Arsenal's numbers of playing from behind this season. I can't believe City just missed that. Okay, so Arsenal, when playing from behind this season, here's a fun stat for you, everybody in the chat. Arsenal has yet to play from behind multiple goals this season in the Premier League. And when they play from behind, they are averaging 2.06 expected goals per 90 and only allowing 0.83. In fact, you know what, everybody, from an even game state, Arsenal's only allowing 0.68 expected goals per 90 minutes and averaging almost 2 expected goals per 90. You can hate on Arsenal all you want, but they are still a top 5 team in the world. All right. We're in the second half here. I think about to kick off everywhere else. City and Bruges got underway a little quick. I know. I saw something. There's nothing credible behind this. It's just an Arsenal fan. You're just stating his opinion. A pretty one who had a lot of followers, but he was basically like, if we don't win a trophy, Arteta's just going to walk this summer just due to frustration. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I get it. It would be very frustrating to like be so close so many years and just at some point it's just like, what's the point, right? You know, and Arsenal, unless Arsenal is just like, unless Arsenal in the summer just comes, like, unless we buy Ollie Watkins or they come in the summer and they say, you know what, we're ponying up 150 mil for Ishak, like it'd be kind of hard for Arteta to like just be like, all right, I'm just going to keep rolling with what I have. But we are so good. And that's what's so crushing about all this, right? Okay, we are getting underway in a lot of these other matches right now. It's like Leverkusen, Sparta Prague is back. What do we got? PSV and Liverpool. Looks like that was right before a halftime goal. Barcelona just scored. That makes things really interesting. Holy moly. That makes things very, very interesting. Let me pull up the table here. That makes things interesting. Okay. All right. So as it stands, I'll kill a couple futures. Barcelona would now be your 1 seed. Liverpool would be 2. Arsenal would be 3rd. Inter 4th. Atletico 5th. Leverkusen 6th. Lille 7th. Dortmund 8th. Bayern needs to score 3 goals, essentially, to make up that goal difference. Real Madrid, it'd be Real Madrid, AC Milan, Atalanta now down to 12th, Aston Villa, PSV, Club Brugge, PSG, Benfica, Feyenoord, Monaco, Celtic, Brest, Juventus, Zagreb, Sporting. Arsenal would be so unbeatable with Ishak. Oh my gosh, they would be so good, dude. They would be so good. That was catastrophic from Atalanta. Holy moly, that was bad. Yes, absolutely. Champions Leagues fly forever, man. Look at Nottingham Forest. They won it twice in the 70s. They're still waving those flags. Same thing with Aston Villa. Absolutely, I would take a Champions League. Oh, City. Oh my gosh, they almost. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. So as it stands right now, City did they just score? Yep, they just scored. Kovacic just got the notification. All right. They need to win, though. The draw's not good enough. Huh. I love that question. If Arsenal gets Ishak, do they finally move on? Shakhtar, let's go. Come on. Shakhtar goal. Let's go. Do they finally move on from Martinelli? No, never. Never move on from him. I know. Well, can you imagine how unbearable it would be if Arsenal won the Champions League? Oh my gosh. I'm already unbearable, and Arsenal hasn't won anything. No, Arsenal's never moving on from Martinelli. Ever. I want him at left wing. That's okay. I know I can be unbearable, and that's okay. Sometimes it's fun to be unbearable as a fan. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just fun to rub it in people's faces and just be like, you know what, I am going to be unbearable. All right. By the way, I was reading the speaking of Pep Guardiola, I was reading the yeah. I don't know any Eagles fans, but I got to tell you, I live in Des Moines. Oh my gosh, Dortmund, that was awful. Oh my gosh. Cobal just spilled one right to him. Hey, you know what? I wrote it up. I said, hey, by the way, Gregor Cabal. Oh, what's Bruges doing here? Bruges. Oh my gosh, Bruges. Oh no. Oh my gosh, Bruges. Bruges about scored. Yeah, both the Eagles and Chiefs fans are insufferable. I live in Des Moines. There's so many bandwagon Chiefs fans. I cannot stand them. And I can't stand the Eagles. So I might just not watch the Super Bowl. I don't know. You tell you what, that Bills Chiefs game was not a great game for the NFL isn't scripted crowd, because we all know it is scripted. That's something Leboff told me for a long time, and I finally just surrendered and started buying into his conspiracy theories, and they turned out to be true. You know, basically teams in the Midwest like Bears, Packers, Vikings would be the teams basically that teams here in Des Moines root for, but mainly Chiefs now just because they're good. Bruges, oh my gosh, Bruges, Bruges is all over them right now. Woo! Bruges is all over them right now. Dang, man. That was so close. Pep's winning for card. But what I was saying about Pep is I was reading the what do they call it? The gossip papers, about his divorce from his wife of 30 years. It sounded like that she had just not even been living in Manchester anymore, and she moved back to Barcelona and was basically like, the agreement was that he was, at the end of this season, he was just gonna take a sabbatical or just, leave Manchester and try to find an, I don't know if he was gonna find another job or whatever. And then he just did a complete U-turn and was like, no, I'm staying for like 2 more years. And she was just like, okay, well, we're getting divorced now. That's what the papers are saying, which seems weird, right? Because it's like, unless he's just like, unless he was, I mean, he must know, and along with all these players who are signing, Holland just signed a 17,000 year contract. These players must know that the Premier League is going to try to cover up, these 115 charges, or just, give them a little slap on the wrist. Here's a 10-point deduction for City for your 115 charges, because there is no way that these guys would be re-signing contracts if there was even a question that something like expulsion from the Premier League would happen. You know what I mean? I love Crochet. He's going to be great. He's awesome. I hope the Red Sox make the playoffs. I'm kind of tired of not being in the playoffs. All of my teams other than Arsenal suck, and they're not in playoffs, and it's not fun.
because I'm watching all these Chiefs fans just like, getting so used to winning and everything like that. And I just keep telling them like, do not take this for granted because it does not last forever. Oh, Brest just scored. Oh my gosh. They're so bad, dude. Oh no, Milan just scored. Jimmy, you're a Falcons fan? I'm a Falcons fan. Nice. Do I got my Falcons stuff near me? I don't. It's over there. I'm a Falcons fan too, Jimmy. It sucks. It sucks. And now AC Milan just scored, so that's going to kill. That is going to kill. Oh, the Brest goal got disallowed. That's going to kill the Zagreb future that I thought there was like a minuscule chance that could hit. All right, well, they're going to have to score. How is Bayern still 1-0? Dang, man. How is Bayern still 1-0? It's crazy. All right. PSG just scored a fourth. It's funny. I projected the total for that game of 4. And if the game did actually meant something, I probably would have played it, but I was just too scared. And honestly, in this format of the Champions League, like I've said before, it's so hard to handicap motivation, and there's a lot of motivation lines. And typically, it's very profitable to play against those. Like typically, when we get towards the end of the season, when it's relegation time, and these teams who have been garbage for 30 plus matches of the season are suddenly getting priced like because they need to win. You can play against that and typically make quite a bit of money. But I was just in the mode of just like, I don't really want to deal. Like, sometimes you're just like, you know what? I don't feel like I know what's going on here. And, I don't really want to, put myself into a situation where I don't feel that good about it. Pulisic. Oh, that should have been saved. That should have been saved. Oh my gosh. Bruges. Oh my God. No. Oh. Bruges almost scored. Yeah. Lucas Vasquez still playing right back. They don't have any other options. What other options do they have? Carvajal's hurt. Bruges just about scored. Oh, man. Gosh, Zagreb, that should have been saved, man. City's so bad in transition. It's a 4v3 break. It's still lazy. Yeah, I probably should have scored him there. See, that break right there from Bruges is what has been happening to City over and over and over and over and over again. As soon as they lose the ball, they got no ball winning, and teams are able to break at least like that instance of 4v3 or at least a 3v3. Sturm Graz has scored a second goal. Why is Marco Rose out yet? Why hasn't he been fired yet? Yeah, Valverde is really good. You don't like Marco Asensio? Real Madrid just scored. City just scored. City just scored. Own goal. Dang, man. All right, well, we'll see if this Bruges +2 ticket can somehow get home. Looks like City's going to somehow make it into the knockout stage. Oh, was that Lille just got a third? Lille just got a third to go up 3-1 against Feyenoord. Okay. All right, well, so let's look at this live table here because we just had a bunch of goals that can change the complexion of things. So as it stands right now, City is up into 22nd place, which means, guess who they'd play in the first round? Bayern Munich. That'd be sick. So yeah, City's up into 22nd. They would play Bayern in the knockout round, and Bayern would kill them. At least I think they would. Barcelona, Liverpool, Arsenal, Inter, Atletico, Leverkusen, all that hasn't really changed. The top 6 is pretty well set in stone. Oh, the Sturm Graz goal got taken away. But then it goes in 7th now. AC Milan is back into the top 8 with 16 points because they are now drawing against Zagreb. And Lille is in 8th place with 16 points. So as it stands right now, as long as AC Milan and Leverkusen and Lille continue in the positions they are in right now or improve, that's going to be your top 8. Dortmund, Real Madrid, Bayern, all these teams, Atalanta, unless Atalanta comes back against Barcelona and wins. So it looks like 16 points is going to be that. Yeah, that ball was going out of bounds. Yeah. Gosh, there was nobody there. Ugh. Oh, disgusting own goal. Pep is kicking things now. Oh, boy. There's a lot going on. Bayern just scored a second. But honestly, so now Bayern's goal difference is 1 behind Dortmund. So if AC Milan were to start losing, or if Bayer Leverkusen were to concede a goal here against Sparta Prague, because they're only up 1-0, that would potentially allow Bayern to leapfrog. But if Atalanta comes back and makes it 1-1 against Barcelona, then that would also bring Atalanta's goal difference into play. So here's Bellingham, like I said, in a little bit more of an advanced role here with the front 4. He's going to create some space. We're going to play it out wide. We got a nice little 2v1 here. Cross back across the box, and Bellingham scores. Keep a lookout for that, people. I haven't looked at what Bellingham's props are lately, but keep in mind Bellingham props might be the way to go moving forward here for Real Madrid, because he's playing that more advanced role, difference to what he was in the beginning of the season. Getting a lot more assists, a lot more goals. So Zagreb, let's go. Aston Villa, I believe, also just scored, right? Aston Villa, Ollie Watkins, the new Arsenal player. His final goal for Aston Villa. Let's go. Yep, that's Lille's 3rd goal. So that puts Aston Villa back in the top 8. Woo! So Villa's 7th, Lille is 8th. Both of those 16 points looks like it's going to be through. 16 points. That's going to be the barometer unless Villa concedes here against Celtic. But Zagreb with a huge goal, man. Whew. So just so people know that the futures I'm sweating out, Leverkusen. So the 3 that I made when the draw first came out was, they're just showing the second Bayern goal here. So essentially the 3 bets that I made before the Champions League started were Leverkusen top 8 at plus 125, Celtic 9 through 24, which is going to already pretty much has already locked in. Young Boys to finish bottom of the league phase at 8-1. As it currently stands, if Red Star Belgrade were to score, that would put Young Boys at the bottom of the league phase. I also have a Atletico Madrid 2-1 to finish top 8, Zagreb to finish 9 through 24 at 4-1, Dortmund to finish 9 through 24 at plus 125, and Atalanta to finish top 8 at plus 150. So if on a lot of flips, they can somehow flip here against Barcelona, there's a chance I could go clean sweep here. It's a chance. Now that I'm saying that, it's not going to happen, but penalty, there you go. If you want to know how jinxes work, There you go. I just jinxed it like almost instantly. Leverkusen has scored a second goal, so they're going to secure their spot in the top 8. All right, well, there's one. Gosh, man. And Milan was doing nothing, too, the entire match. Before this penalty, they had 0.4 expected goals. That sucks. All right. Well, that sucks, man. All right. Atletico Madrid, 4-0. Yep, that's a penalty. That would be the definition of a penalty right there in Croatia. If you're wondering, hey, can you give me a textbook definition of a penalty? Go watch the one in Croatia. What just happened? Atalanta at this stage right now would need to come back and win, it looks like. If they were to, they're checking for what? Did he get ball? Is that what they're checking? What are they checking? Also, can I ask a question? Why every single time when we go to Croatia, and this has happened for 4 years in the Champions League and Europa League. Oh, they're saying Leao elbowed him in the face before things ever happened. I agree. He did elbow him in the face. Look, boom, right across the jaw. No penalty. Let's go. I have a. Can somebody answer the question for me? Why is 3/4 of Zagreb Stadium always empty whenever they go to them in the Champions League? Why is it that stand over there is always empty whenever they show it? Like, I thought they were a huge club in Croatia. I know Croatia loves their football. It's like, it's the most popular sport. But is Leao going to get a red for that? Or just a foul? I just don't understand why. Maybe someone can look that up, and maybe there's some UEFA ban or whatever it is. I don't know. Just a foul. I mean, he kind of clocked him, dude. Not a yellow? Not even a yellow? That was a good goal. Other team with a lot more money buying up all the tickets? I don't know. But it's been happening for 4 years, Jimmy. Like, even when they play nobodies, like, it's still empty. I just don't understand. Does nobody want to travel to Croatia? Croatia's beautiful. Why would nobody want to travel to Zagreb? It's a beautiful place. Looks like Aston Villa might have just gotten a penalty. Oh, Ollie Watkins. they're gonna, you know what they're doing? They're gonna milk another $5 million out of Arsenal here with these 2 goals. But yeah, I mean, it's been happening for 4 years with Zagreb. I just don't understand. Did Red Star just score? They did. Let's go. That does a lot for me. Atalanta just scored. So now if you go to the league table here, Antonio, because Bayern is still only up 2-0, young boys have the worst goal difference. Oh my gosh, Watkins just lower the price by 5 million because of that slip. Inter just scored to make it 3-0 against Monaco. Monaco had a red card, though, so that match is done. Not really much going on there. Bruges with a little bit of an attack here. Would it be something if Bruges could? Yep, Red Star, that was huge to score. Watkins, yeah, take 5 mil off the price, please. He just slipped right there. Oh, boy. That's the image you need right before you're about to sign for Arsenal. Just completely slipping on a penalty. Atalanta gets one. Yep. So let's do a quick let's do a quick table update here. They're going to show the Red Star goal here. I'm pretty sure isn't the pitch yeah, that's artificial turf in Switzerland, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. Oh, it's a blast. That was a blast from Red Star. Oh, I'm enjoying well, I mean, listen, people who have listened to Wonder Goal, I had been telling everybody that United was terrible for 2 years, but nobody listened to me. So I'm very much enjoying it now. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. Oh, just a little bit too much. Oh my gosh. So look at that right there. You got to hustle back, Barcelona. You got to hustle back. Nobody gets back. You give Atalanta a chance. Nobody hustled back. Taking the prospect from Norway. Is that what you're talking about? What's his first name? I can't remember. Heaven. Is that what you're talking about, or no? Who's Heaven? I don't even know. Okay. Red Star scoring. That's huge. That young boys to finish bottom of the league phase might actually hit. Might actually hit. All right. We need Slovan Bratislava to park the bus here. Somebody needs to notify them that they will not finish last if they can just park the bus and keep Bayern out. Somebody tell them. Oh my gosh, that would be huge. I think Dortmund just scored. Did they? No, I'm not getting a notification. Oh, what a save by Bruges! The Young Boys one was 8-1. Not a crazy ticket, but 8-1. But 8-1 would be nice. What a save by Bruges. Goal Barcelona. So that's going to kill any Atalanta ticket. That's okay. I don't think, I mean, it'd be ridiculous if I went clean sweep. This new format's amazing. I love it. I absolutely love this comparatively. I just wish the knockout stage they didn't do the stupid 1 or 2 or 11 or 10 or all of that. I wish they would have just said, one seed plays the winner of 17 and 18, right? Or whatever it is, 17 and 16. I wish they would just do that instead of still having it be a draw. Because UEFA, they still gotta have a little bit of control over everything, right? They still gotta figure out a way to rig the draw. Just a little bit, right? Oh, set piece, Atalanta. Dang. All right. City just scored. Dang. Dang, City just scored. John Stones. So let's do a quick table update right now, right? Because we've had a lot of stuff that has happened here in the last. So right now Barcelona is in first place. Liverpool second, Arsenal third, Inter fourth, Atletico fifth, Leverkusen sixth, Aston Villa seventh, Lille eighth, So it's all with 16 points. So there's your cutoff. And then in ninth place, Dortmund. Then it goes Bayern, Real Madrid. Although I think Bayern could. What's the second? Somebody figure it out for me. I can't. I'm trying to do a million things at once. Somebody look up what's the second tiebreaker. Real Madrid, then AC Milan, Atalanta, that'd be 13th place. So we're on 14th. PSV, then PSG, Benfica, Feyenoord, Monaco, Brest, Juventus, Celtic, City, 22nd place. Bruges, 23rd. Zagreb, 24th. Man, if Zagreb could hold on. It was a 4-1 ticket. But, yeah. Crosses work, people. Little cross the back post. You got a 1v1 against fullback, and bang. Away goals scored. I have no idea how many away goals Bayern has scored, if I'm being totally honest with you, comparatively to Dortmund. I know Dortmund scored 3 in Zagreb and 3 in Belgium when they played Club Bruges. So I would guess, probably wrong, but I would guess that Dortmund has more away goals. Goals scored against tied teams. What does that mean? That means, I don't have no idea what that means. But what if they didn't play each other, right? Are we going common opponent then? So if Dortmund and Munich both played Zagreb, they would take the total goals difference in those matches against common opponents? Is that what you're telling me? Because that's so stupid. That's dumb. Why on earth does UEFA have to complicate things so much? Just do goals scored as a second tiebreaker. Girona just scored. Dang. Oh, nope, disallowed. Offsides. Feyenoord just scored a 4th. Sporting just scored. Which would kick that would kick Zagreb out. No. No. Oh, that would kick Zagreb out. Dang. Dang, that goal kicks Zagreb out. Oh, man, that sucks. Yeah. That kicks Zagreb out. That 9-2 against Bayern is going to cost them. They were at an even goal difference against everybody else. But against Bayern, they lost by 7, and that's going to cost them. Dang, man. I thought we had a good chance there at the 4-1. Jonathan David. Oh, my gosh, what a goal that was. How has he not left Lille yet? Right? How has somebody not come and picked him up yet? All right, 4-1 Lille. That'll clinch their spot in the top 8 unless AC Milan. No, that would actually clinch their spot because we got a goal notification here. Stuttgart has scored. Dortmund has scored. That's not good news. Dortmund has made it 3-1. Lille has made it 5-1 against Feyenoord. All right, so that wouldn't be too bad. So Dortmund now with goal difference gets a nice little 2-goal cushion. All right, so I need a Bologna goal here. That's what I need essentially. So Sporting is going to sneak in then with that goal. Dang. Not only sneak in, they're going to get a 23rd as well. Bruges is going to drop down. So unless City starts piling it on here, so unless City concedes oh my gosh, that was such a horrible goal to concede. Bologna. I know you're out of the competition. That was such a terrible goal to concede. Maybe, yeah, that's true. Maybe Jonathan David's agent sucks. Here we go. Kind of like Victor Osimhen's agent. That's also somebody, if he wasn't such a, I don't want to call him like a diva. It's probably a wrong word for it, but that was a great goal by Dortmund. Wow. Okay. Emre Can. That was Atalanta made it 2-2. There we go. Let's go. Let's make it one more, Atalanta. Benfica just scored against Juventus. Please, no more goals in that match. Please, no more goals in that match. If we could, please. There has been. Wow, Benfica's killing them. Real Madrid just scored to make it 3-0. Yeah, PSG is not good enough defensively to win the Champions League at all. Just straight up, they're not that good defensively. Yeah, and that was Kokchu just scored for Benfica, so that's 2-0. If we could leave the Benfica match at 2-0, that'd be great. But hey, the over hits for those who had the over in Atalanta and Bayern, or Barca, excuse me. Oh, great ball. Great ball. Wow, great ball there. PSG game wasn't easy over. Okay, so from a future standpoint, Atalanta is now up to 9th, guys. So if Celtic were to score, that would put Atalanta into the top 8. If Celtic were to score. Great goal by Benfica there. All right, still 3-1 in City and Bruges. I wouldn't hate a push there. So of the 5 picks I had, it looks like we're staring at 2-2-1, which is fine, just for people out there wondering. Except we just got a notification, and it's that Bayern has scored a 3rd and Lille has scored a 6th. Oh my goodness, Lille. Lille is pouring it on. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, Lil. All right. That's happened twice with Barcelona in the Champions League. They did that against Dortmund, too. It was 0-0 at half. And then they just exploded and ended up with 5 goals. I'm going to turn that match on in my other screen over here. Yeah, I'm going to turn Barca and Atalanta on my other screen. Sure, I can look up Arsenal's. Let's see here. Sorry, I just got to add some stuff up really quick. Let's see, we played 23 matches in the Champions League already, or not Champions League, the Premier League, right? 23 or 24. I can't, yeah, 23. These goals that Feyenoord are conceding are just horrible, man. So let's see, 23, 11 and a half. Okay, so Arsenal I mean, they're actually scoring more goals in this area. He's not scoring. They have actually scored the exact same amount of goals in the first half as they have in the second half this season. From expected goals standpoint, they have are creating 2.4 2.4 to expected goals in the second half, 2.04 in the first half. Feyenoord does not have a red card. How are we? Oh yeah, I just got a message from Anthony. How are we feeling about Slovan Bratislava and Young Boys? Well, as it currently stands, because of the goal difference, because of the tiebreaker, it looks like Slovan Bratislava has the tiebreaker over Young Boys, even though they have the same goal difference. So we just gotta survive. We just gotta survive another. Gosh, how many minutes is left in Bayern? We just got to survive one more goal in Bayern Munich. All right, how much time is left in the Bayern match? We're in the 89th minute. I just need just do it one time for me, Slovan Bratislava. Just survive for me one time. One time, just survive. Be a hilarious win. Barcelona didn't have the 1 seed to come in with, and it's not 1 and 2 seeds not really going to make a difference, I don't think, because PSG is 15th. I guess 1 or 2 would make a difference, right? If you want to avoid PSG, so I guess it technically would make a difference. Man, people really hate Gabriel Martinelli. I've been very indifferent about him. I don't hate him. I think he's a fine player. But man, there's a lot of hate for Gabriel Martinelli. He's a good player. I'm sure I'm going to lose. I'm sure my number of subscribers and people on this is going to dwindle now that I said that. But all right. So as it stands right now, City are through, Sporting is through, Club Brugge is through. I would need. Oh gosh, the Zagreb thing's not going to happen, which is sad and unfortunate, but that's okay. It was fun to have it there for a minute. Oh, Atalanta about picked off Barcelona there. They're still doing the man marking. I love that Atalanta just man marks and just tries to destroy teams that way. Makes for some fun matches. Pretty sure that's right? Bratislava! He scored! Slovan Bratislava scores. Holy moly, guys. All right. Red Stars just got to hold on to the end here. What a save from Bruges there. Just Mignolet just saved a push right there. Oh, don't tell me that there's a goal in Juventus. Come on, Juventus and Benfica, just survive until the end. All right, City won 3-1. That's a push on Bruges +2. Yep. All right. You just got to avoid a Young Boys equalizer here against Red Star, which let's see how much time's left in that match. I was thinking about playing a Bayern to win nil at like -225, but I was just like, you know what? They leave themselves so open that I don't really want to deal with that. And I'm guessing that's how it happened, right? Well, it's a 4v5 on the break. And just a complete, just a banger. Just went roof on him. Just went rooftop on him. Dang. Okay, we go to Celtic and Aston Villa. Can Celtic nick a goal here? I'm not looking at my notifications. I'm not looking down at the chat. I want to see if Celtic can score here because Gloucestershire went to Celtic and Villa. This would be very big for Atalanta. Nope. Okay. Player's dead in Atalanta. He's not dead, but he's down on the ground. They're pulling the stretcher out. Yeah, so the Liverpool thing would be interesting because Bratislava, I know. He went rooftop on him, Jimmy. He's not dead. I was joking. Yep, Liverpool just got a red card. Congratulations to Salzburg. They have scored against Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid. Congrats. Okay. So where's the chaos here? The chaos here is Villa needs to hold on. And if Celtic can somehow score, Atalanta will sneak into the top 8. But here is your, if everything holds right here, here's would be your knockout, your first round knockout 2-leg playoff. It would be Atalanta against Club Brugge. It would be Sporting against Dortmund. It would be Real Madrid versus Manchester City, guys. That'd be great. I would love that. Bayern Munich would play against Celtic. You can put the total at 4.5 in that one. AC Milan and Juventus would play against each other. That would be fun. PSV and Feyenoord. Let's go. This would be great. PSG and Brest, and then Benfica, Monaco. This would be a great knockout stage. That'd be great. I would enjoy that so much. Didn't PSV and Feyenoord just play? I can't remember. Young boys match is over. What a hit. All it took was 0 points and a negative 21 goal differential, but we finally got there in the end, everybody who tailed me on that one from the start. It's been 3 managers for young boys. It's been so many changes. Bratislava just, being terrible. Penalty for Arsenal. Raheem Sterling. Up, take the penalty. Saved. Why was Sterling taking that? Oh, okay. So that's a big future. Young boys to finish bottom of the league phase. 8-1 has cashed. Alrighty. Arsenal's got a corner. We always have to go into whenever Arsenal has a corner here. New corner routine from Arsenal. Okay. We got like 3 guys on the outside of the box here, going to try to make a run, not really doing the back post thing. Oh, and they're going to switch it, show the Salzburg goal. Villa just scored. Morgan Rogers hat trick. Okay. So yeah, the Villa goal that'll pretty much clinch everything then. All right, the Villa goal clinches. Oh my god, it's a horrible one. It's a horrible one from Celtic. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was bad. So yeah, as it stands, the top 8 is going to be Liverpool, Barcelona, Arsenal, Inter, Atletico, Bayern, not Bayern, Bayer Leverkusen, Lille, and Aston Villa will sneak in 8th place. Atalanta will play Club Brugge if they hold on to this draw here against, Atalanta pressing. All right, Liverpool getting the 1 seed would be big for them. Ollie Watkins would have made that. He would have. I hope he comes to Arsenal. He is an Arsenal fan after all. I've only said that 17 times on this stream. Okay. Barcelona has the ball. Doing a lot of rotations here. They're trying to get a 4v4 out wide with Yamal. Yep, they're trying. Okay. Leverkusen ended 2-0. Got the under in Juventus and Benfica. That was good. We lost Dortmund, or excuse me, Shakhtar +1.5. We pushed Club Brugge +2. We won both teams to score in Celtic and Villa. And so, yeah, 2, 2, and 1 this Champions League round for me on the 5 picks that I had. So, not bad. Could always be worse. Okay. Looks like this Barcelona match is about to end. We have an update from Portugal here with Sporting. It looks like there's going to be a penalty. I know Bruges probably should have conceded a fourth. I know they should. Atalanta should be going for it. I mean, I guess you could say, all right, well, we play the 8 seed, which would be Villa, which is, hey, we'll take on Bruges and just. All right, Feyenoord and Lille is final. Arsenal Girona is final. Big win for the Gunners. Big win for the Gunners. Got City this weekend. All right, corner to Barcelona here. Real Madrid is final. Another corner to Barcelona. Sporting in Bologna ends 1-1, which secures Sporting a spot in the knockout stage. They will play Dortmund in a match of 2 horrible teams. All right. Good clearance by Atalanta. See if they can win the ball and get a counterattack going here. Oh, foul on Atalanta, which was a terrible call. And guess who was reffing this match, everybody? Michael Oliver. The same guy who gave the red card to Arsenal over the weekend. One of the worst red cards I've ever seen. Yeah, here comes a Rafinha just stunner off this free kick. Highly unlikely, but yeah, I'm going to try to do one. You know what? I'll probably do one tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Same time as I would usually do them. I'll go through. I'll get my picks all in order this for the weekend. But yeah, I'll do a live stream tomorrow morning if people want me to. All right, that will do it in Barcelona. I think that does it for everybody, right? I guess Zagreb and Milan are the only match that's still going on. And it's pretty much, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's over. So PSV and Liverpool are still going on, I guess. So those are the only 2. Yeah, I'll do a Europa League preview tomorrow. I'm not prepared for it right now. So here's your final top 8, everybody. Liverpool will be your 1 seed. Then Barcelona, Arsenal, Inter, Atletico Madrid, Leverkusen, Lille, Aston Villa, Atalanta. So that's your top 8. Then it goes from 9 through 24 is Atalanta, Dortmund, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, AC Milan, PSV, PSG, Benfica, Monaco, Brest, Feyenoord, Juventus, Celtic, Man City, Sporting, and Club Brugge. So your matchups for the knockout round are going to be Atalanta against Club Brugge. It's going to be Dortmund against Sporting, Real Madrid against Manchester City. See, this is why this league phase format is so great. Where was I? Bayern Munich against Celtic. Again, you can set the total like 5 for that match. AC Milan will take on Juventus. That's fun. They just played. PSV against Feyenoord. That's great. PSG against Brest. 2 French teams. They actually play each other this weekend. And then Benfica against Monaco. So there is your Champions League knockout stage round ready to go. Again, I'm going to hopefully, I don't know when it's going to be, but hopefully I'm going to get this tournament phase all simulated out so I can have some nice simulations for you guys, for those who subscribe to the Substack. So again, thank you, everybody who tuned in here. I'll be back tomorrow morning at about 10 a.m. Eastern time, somewhere around there, to do a quick live stream of the weekend slate. Probably will only keep it to about an hour, just because I got things to do. So yeah, that will do it. Thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.